Therapist. You can't just lock people out of your life. Me. When everybody's going through drama but you're antisocial so nothing happens to you. Me all cozy with my comfy clothes on, with my hot tea just loving the simple pleasures of life. Yeah, I can't come out tonight. Super busy. When you're about to say something but then decide it's not worth the effort. When someone sits next to you and there's a bunch of open seats, your only non-suicidal neuron trying to keep you going. When you are clingy, but at the same time distant, and you don't want to be too intense, but at the same time, you need affection, but you get fed up very quickly. A magician guessing wrong on purpose. Is this your card? Me, a professional introvert. Yes, me and the magician, introverts surrounded by people, introverts alone, introverts on the internet, extroverts when communicating with other extroverts, extroverts when they see an introvert by themselves minding their own business. Introverts. I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow, liking being with you more than with me, myself, and I. Introverts preparing themselves to make an order at the restaurant. Me to myself. This is annoying. This conversation is annoying. This person is annoying. I hope I'm hiding it well. My face. When someone calls instead of messaging. Me hiding in my house recharging my introvert batteries after consecutive days of social interactions. Thresher sharks look like how I feel during any interaction. When you've got a deep rage burning inside you, but you've got to act nice because you're at work. If you sleep in the afternoon, you won't sleep at night. Me in the afternoon and at night. We never see you after work. Me after work. My phone with don't disturb mode on. My phone with don't disturb mode off. Me trying not to zone out while someone is talking to me. Me when I'm finally finished doing everything by myself, instead of simply asking for help. Me when I arrive anywhere but my house. Relatives in the house. Me. Don't you get bored being alone? Me. What you call boring, I call peaceful. Introverts after going out 2 whole nights in a row. Extroverts when plans get cancelled. Introverts when plans get cancelled. Extroverts. I haven't left the house in 3 days. Introverts. You gotta bump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. Me, recharging for 6 months after going out 1 Friday night. I don't know who owns that house, but I understand their decision in life. You won't understand the feeling unless you experience this kind of treatment. I do this by choice. Me. Is about to leave a bench. Stranger. Sits next to me. Me waiting a few extra minutes before leaving, so I don't hurt the stranger's feelings. When you have the perfect joke, but the topic changes before you say it. Me. Why haven't I made any friends in college? Me when the lecture ends. When you're at an event and your social anxiety kicks in. Too many people. It's against the rules. Me recharging for 6 months after going out 1 Saturday night. Me reading the messages via the notifications bar and pretending to not be online. Me. Why haven't I made any friends at uni? Also me as soon as a lecture ends. Introverts at a social event overstimulated and trying to figure out how to leave early. They say, pets tend to behave like their owners. Unfortunately, they are right. My cat, when it sees people. When you're at a party and you only know one person. Me watching people build friendships while I'm afraid to start conversations. I socialized this weekend. Me for the next 3 months. When someone you just met starts telling you mad personal stuff. Introverts around people. Introverts alone. Introverts online. Introverts in their imagination. Me mentally preparing myself to leave the house and deal with humans. Introverts after the holidays. Do you have any skills? Me? I have the extraordinary ability to be alone. When someone calls you instead of just texting back. Parents. Go to your room. Introvert child. Joke's on you, I'm into that shit. Me after seeing my old conversations where I expressed myself too much. How small talk feels to an introvert. Is it hard for you to just ask for some help? Me. Me taking one last look before I leave a party early and unannounced when someone is still interested in me after the first 2 weeks. In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I already have plans. My plans. Dissociate. Checking if the guests have left so you can finally walk out of your room and eat the leftover food. When the hangout gets cancelled and your schedule becomes clear. Finally, inner peace. When you convince yourself to finally go out, then realize it was a mistake and you'd rather be home. Me. I need to hang out more and meet new people. New people. Hi, me. When you're hanging out with friends and your social battery dies. Me when I'm finally finished doing everything by myself instead of simply asking for help. When you're out for your birthday meal and you suddenly spot a cake coming round the corner and everyone starts singing. Please don't do this. Me feeling lonely and having no one to talk to. Me when I see someone I know. I thought I replied, is the biggest lie. Nah, sometimes I reply in my head and I end up waiting for a text back thinking I actually replied. Me emotionally trying to prepare myself for another week of dealing with people at work. People? Introverts must love it since everything is online. Introverts, when they are online, invisible. I need a day between every day to recover from the day before and prepare for the day coming. Me when I randomly remember embarrassing things I've done in the past.